Hey, hello. Okay, this is just an introduction, and you can open the same Sketchware. Alright, after you open Sketchware, it has been a while opening this, but yeah, open Sketchware, then you can click on create new project. Don't worry about anything, you can name it anything funny up in this case. Font can include the icon, but I'm sure you already know what the package name is. I'm sure I've taken somehow Java. And don't you worry about all these, just write the package name correctly, then the project name is just a name that will appear on the Sketchware app, not necessarily the app itself. So yes, okay, let's give it a default something. Let's at least give it something like a picture, something like that. Okay, I prefer this one, it's nice. Okay, up. Okay, we can name it up file. It has something that to appear on the project as the project's name. So the version is one, and that, and the best part about this, right? Okay, let me show you the other part. The best part about Sketchware is that you can actually export this, and when you export this, guess what happens? Yeah, when you export this is what actually happens. Okay, let me just sign in. Let me check if Steven allows me to sign in. Okay. So it used to fill. Okay, it has filled, but it's okay. It's oh man. Okay, just don't mind this. Oh no. Back to the Sketchware app. Sorry for that delay. I wanted to show you something, but I don't know. Yeah, you can just open the same Sketchware file. Don't you forget the name is actually app, not app file. App file is just a name shown in Sketchware, and I'm sure you already know part of Java. And in Java, in Android Studio, there are layouts, different layouts. Like my favorite layout was grid layout. There's table layout, there's linear layout, and everything. But this one only allows us to use two kinds of layout. The first one is the linear vertical, and the linear horizontal, which is H stands for horizontal, D stands for vertical. So, and that's how it is. So okay, let's just make a linear vertical. Even without any input inside here, it's already in form of a linear vertical. So yeah, so can just delete this, drag and drop. That's the best part, and I'm sure you already know part of this. So yeah, you know how it is in Android Studio, like where you go to the XML file, then put the width, and then make the width match parent and everything. Yes, it applies to this one, but in this case you don't have to code a lot. So we can then make a text view, and the button, just make a simple one, just drag and drop. So the text view just like that, button just like that, and we'll now add the events that occur every time when the button is pressed. And you can find this on the view. Here's the activity, like the activities which holds the on start, on stop, on back press, on resume, on stop. You will understand this eventually, and I know you do. So what happens when the button is clicked? Well, here's what I want you to do. For simplicity's sake, I will create a variable on the on start, so that it keeps hold of every number, a number variable, which will keep hold of every time the button is clicked. So the number variable, set it to 0. It's just a simple dummy text. Don't you worry about anything. Okay, you just set it to 0. After we set it to 0, then now the events that occur when a button is clicked. Here's what I want you to do. It's just a sample. I just want you to get to get you familiar with this one, show you like it's really easy, it's not that hard. Okay, and now here we can use an if statement which you find in the control. Well, we can use a lot of if statement. There is, okay, there's one. Let's use this other one, the repeat. But okay, let's just use the same, because you can use the same function to perform quite a lot of function. Okay, here. And then the if statements go on operations, and on operations we'll be using the equal to sign here, 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 here. But here we use a greater than sign. You remember a number variable, right? It was equated to 0, so we'll set everything to number variable, number variable, number variable. It's just keeping hold of the number, but there's something significant about this. And here we can set it it's equal to 0. That's our first number. If it's equals to 0, we'll set one text. If it's equals to 1, sorry, not 0, 1. It's just basic Java. I'm sure you understand if statements at all. And 3, and last but not least, 4. Oh, okay. It's okay. Wait. Okay. 3. Then here, if number is less than, actually it's supposed to be greater than, sorry, let me just delete this. Okay, number is greater than 3, so that means the moment it's 4, it will be the same number. And now we can now go on view, and view we can set the text. I'm sure you remember the set text method, well, not necessarily the method, but the set text in versus Java programming or in Android development. And as you can see, this is just like a very, and then we set the view to the text view itself, because that's the name of that's its ID's name. I didn't give it a proper ID. I think every time when you're referring to elements in HTML, every time when you refer to an element, it actually get its ID, its identity, then set it something. So yeah, it will just print welcome. Next page to print once upon a time there was a rich man who was very kind and loving. And then here at the end, and that's practically our whole app. So as you can see, just from everything here, it even explains itself, like the time, because we set the number variable which is keeping hold or every time the button is clicked. So every time when the button is clicked, I forgot one last thing. We should actually increment this so that every time when a button is clicked, it's set to a different number. So we should increment the button every time when it's clicked. I mean the number variable every time when the button is clicked. So every time the button is clicked for the first time, if okay, on set text don't show anything. Okay, I have made one error, like on equals to 0, but it's okay, we'll just leave it just like that. It won't print the hello will just show it from another portion, but it's fine just like this, because like I just write it from the main screen. So yeah, every time when the button is clicked, it will add 1 to that variable, to that number variable. So in this case, the number variable 10 to 1, and then it will set this, it will change the text to once upon a time. The next time I click it, it will increment the number variable, and then now the number variable will be equals to 2, and then to read there was a rich man. So just like that, it will follow. Then here the last condition, which says if if number is greater than 3. In this case, it can be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But if it's greater than 3, it will just be writing the end, the end, the end, the end, the end. So I think that's my condition. Let me just change this to something quite fancy. Oh, the same welcome. Welcome. That's a default one. And then we can just increment the size maybe to a 20. I love 20 pixels, and give it a color. Okay, don't even have to make it kind of weird, but yeah, just nice, I guess. I love indigo and this kind of indigo. Then you can just run save it. After you save it, then you can run it, and voila, we're now building our first Android application. Okay, it's now saving this thing. And when it comes to saving online databases, there's this free database which runs on, I think it's no SQL kind of database structure, yeah. And its name is actually called Firebase. I'm sure you'd love it because one, it's free for small scale businesses. Like it gives you 100 MB of worth of data or more. I'm not really sure. It gives you some, okay, there's a lot of advantages. I'm sure I'd love it. Then you can now install apps. There'll be no errors, nothing, no error. Then after we install it, can now open our app. Then exactly, welcome, right? I click the button, it tells me once upon a time. I click the button again, that was a rich man. I click the button again, he was very kind and loving. I click the button at the end. The moment I continue clicking, nothing will change because that's our final condition. If the button click, or if the number variable extends to more than 3, it will still say the end. So I hope you got something. Please get yourself familiar with this. If possible, try to watch other YouTube tutorials and all. They're really helpful, and I'm sure you count this a blessing. And tomorrow we'll continue with the same database project. But for now, just get yourself familiar with Sketchware. Very nice app. Thank you.